Kags, introduce us.
What's going on, guys? Welcome to episode number
17.
17
Oh, I didn't
Yes.
put
of
this
the
one down.
Trying to Get Jacked Sandhufitness Experience podcast. Today, we're talking about motivation.
That's
Right?
kind of
What's favorite topic?
favorite topic, right? Let's define motivation. What does motivation mean to you guys?
Mr. Dictionary. You on that?
Oh yeah.
That word hasn't came up. That word hasn't
Oh,
came up in
man.
my.
What does it mean in your
I
head?
have-
Like what does it mean? Like do you even care about it? Does it like do you even
What
like
does it
think
mean to
about
me?
it? Yeah. What does
I
it mean
think
to you?
I think motivation means short bursts of drive.
Okay. Like
Like
nitro
that.
boost.
Getting
Nitro boost.
I'm getting too educated, bro.
This guy's a NASCAR driver, yeah. Crazy. Okay. So say like okay, Kags, how about you?
I'd say it's like the willingness to want to do something. So it's like certain days motivation is going to be high,
Yeah.
certain days motivation is going to be low. But that doesn't change the fact that things still have to get done. It's just some
Yeah.
days you really want to do it, and some days you really don't want to do it.
Yeah. So how do you make sure you fight those ups and downs, right? So like for example, we want to get something done. It obviously takes time. Like, getting jacked, for example, or putting on muscle, it takes a long time. So if you constantly just rely on short bursts of motivation, you're gonna get maybe jacked for a week and then small for a week, right? But how do you make sure you just do it for a long period of time?
I think being conscious of it, like your
Okay.
actual motivation levels. Most people are like, yo, I don't feel like doing it. It's like
Yeah.
maybe like actually think about when you feel like doing it and when you don't feel like doing it
Okay.
and figure out when that's happening. And typically there's a pattern. It's like, oh, if you don't feel like doing the thing,
Mm,
it's like maybe your sleep is trash, maybe like you're not taking care of yourself, maybe you're not eating right. And all those other things also feed into that, right? But it's like
mm,
once you kind of take care of all those things, then maybe your motivation goes back up. And it's not necessarily a motivation thing. It's just you haven't been treating yourself the way you should be treating yourself with respect to your health, right? Um, and then that way now you have the energy to go do the stuff that you want to do and you feel like you want to go do those things a lot more,
yeah.
right? Whereas if you're just like sleeping like 5 hours, eating shit food, just not getting any sunlight, trapped in your basement, probably not gonna
Yeah.
be motivated to do a lot of things, right? So I think accounting for those lifestyle factors is probably where I'd start.
What if I counter that? I'd be like, yo, I'm not motivated to like sleep on time. I'm not motivated to like get out of my basement. I'm not motivated to like eat properly. I'm not motivated to like go for a walk. Like just keep saying that to myself, right? And then I never get any of those things you were saying, like treating yourself right, ever done. How would I kickstart this? What's wrong?
Sorry,
Why are you smiling?
cut out-
What?
my audio cut out there. I was saying, what's he saying?
Oh shit. So basically, I was saying, what if the counter argument here is yes, 100% agreed. Most times, like, yes, motivation, whatever, is just sometimes energy is really low. So you're thinking, oh, your motivation is low. You start having more energy, you feel like doing more things, right? But I was saying, what if you're not motivated to be like, I want to sleep on time, motivated to eat better, motivated to go to the gym, motivated to get out of my basement? Because it's like your comfort, right? You're like cozy there. How do you kickstart that?
Don't, because then the rest of us can make more gains and get more food and get more draft. And we can just say, basically.
But I know deep down in my heart, like, I know I'm supposed to be better. I know I'm supposed to be doing more.
It's already hurting my brain, yo. I swear to God, if I was
Yo,
actually talking to,
I,
if I was
I,
actually talking to someone like this, I would
yeah.
hang up, bro. I would
Yo,
just
I know it.
find them.
I know it sounds exaggerated. I know the people who listen to are
No, but
decently
it's not
motivated.
exaggerated.
No, that's what I mean. So like
Yeah, I know.
that's what I'm playing that I'm trying to play that role. Cause like I know when back in the day in university, like bro, I used to go to I started LA Fitness in whatever 2013, and I used to have Burger King 2 for $6 every single time after the gym, and I would come home and I would just play RuneScape for like 8 hours, and I would like methi parathe at night. Like I know that it didn't even make sense. It didn't even like combine together. Like made no sense. And I would wake up at 11, 12. Like I knew exactly in my head the things I was not supposed to be doing, but I just kept fucking doing them, and I did it for like 4 or 5 years straight. That was the messed up part. And it was so crazy because like you're aware kind of, but like you can't get yourself to like stop doing these behaviors, right? And then I don't know what actually clicked. Think about it.
You know what I think it is, bro? I don't
Yeah.
even know if this is a crazy take. I think it's a lack of maturity.
Maybe.
Because every time I hear someone talk about motivation, they're always very young and they do things based on how they feel. So they haven't
Okay.
gone through life experiences where you have to do things that you don't want to do. Go to work, take
Yeah.
care of this, take care of that. It's people, I feel like they're immature or they don't have like the highest level of maturity. They just do things based on, their feelings per se, right?
But yo, if you look at
I
this,
don't know.
yeah. If you look at those same people, actually, now I'm reflecting on what I just said. I was technically motivated to play RuneScape. I was motivated to grab Burger King. I was motivated to do all these other things, right? Because I knew that was gonna give me like some instant stuff, right? Like I was gonna be like, oh shit, like I feel good.
Yeah, instant gratification, right?
Instant gratification, right? So there is like everyone is motivated, but just for the things they know they're not supposed to be motivated for because they're more instant, right? So how do you make it so you get long-term motivation per se? Like you want to be motivated towards like we should stop using this fucking word motivated, bro.
Yeah, I was about to say,
It's like
I'm like, I have no
it's
idea.
too much.
Like
Yeah,
everything
yeah,
I do is like I don't even have that word in my vocabulary. Or I don't
yeah.
even think like I've never even had that train of thought in my life. So I don't even know.
Yeah, well,
I think
some yeah.
there's
Go
a
ahead.
Hormozy quote where he goes like, you want to change because you either like the end result so much better than your situation,
There you
or you
go.
hate where you're at so much, right? And most people, like you said, they're just kind of in that comfort zone. And I
Yeah.
think for like 95% of people, no one's gonna like where they want to go more than where they're at now. People are rather hate where they'd rather be right now. And that's what drives the change for a lot of people. That's what drove the change for me. It's like I hated how I looked, how I felt,
Yeah.
like what I was doing, like all the energy
Yeah, man.
levels and all that. And that's why I changed. I didn't really think about, oh shit, I feel so much better here. Because one, I didn't know how that felt. I just know like whatever I felt right now, I did not want to feel that way.
Yeah.
Right. And that's what kind of sparked that change. And then once you can kind of that's what kickstarted it.
Back.
But I don't think that's what sustains me going forward. It's not like I'm looking back at that experience. I'm just looking back at my current experience and I'm like, yo, I'm not happy with where I'm at right now. And I'm just using that to drive me forward. What would you say, Manraj? What's your sort of like, what was a kickstart
I
for you?
think like I think like what you mentioned, like people kind of hate where they are. I think a lot of people are in that boat, right? A lot of people are in that boat where they hate where they are, but they only hate it like a select few amount of days. So let's say in a week, they only hate their situation 2 days, 3 days, but the other 4 days they're comfortable.
Mm.
So then those 2, 3 days, they think of a lot of change. They think of a lot of game plans, right? But the other 4 days they're comfortable, so they don't really care. So I think people don't hate their current situation all the time. And people that hate their current situation all the time are the people that are going to make the change. Like, bro,
Mm.
if you're overweight and you're uncomfortable and you hate that constantly, like how can you not make change? I
Yeah.
think it's for the people that are uncomfortable a couple of days, right? That's when their motivation, their drive kind of goes up. And the other 5 days throughout the week, they're kind of like, kind of happy with where they are. So like that Monday to Friday, people are very motivated, and then they're like, "Yo, this fitness thing is a little bit hard. Let me just enjoy
Yeah.
weekend."
Yeah.
But
I know like for me, almost like the opposite of that helped in terms of I know like how much exciting stuff is coming in the future, or like even just like as I started doing things, it was just over like I think we were talking about this before the podcast, like having some sort of long-term goal or vision. There's a sick quote too I heard the other day. Vision drives behaviors, right? So like most people don't even like sit down and think about like what they want long term. Or even if they think about it, it's not really that like significant, or it's not that hard. Like yeah, I want to make like 100K a year in 10 years. Like, yo, like if you're just chasing that or whatever it is, or it's not that big, so it's not really that exciting. So it could go both ways, right? If you set like a crazy goal that just like excites the shit out of you, and again, that's gonna be different for everybody. Uh, like for maybe us, or I'll talk for myself, like something like a big ass gym, with like, have a fucking like cold plunge, sauna, and like every equipment possible, like basically a gym heaven. And then in the same plaza, like a six smoothie bar, fucking library, like whatever, everything you want getting like juicy related. That's exciting, right? That's like fucking sick. So working towards that, it just helps with the daily execution, right? Like your daily behaviors, because you know, like, okay, you're working towards something. So having some sort of long, like fucking, or yeah, having some sort of big ass goal that just excites the shit out of you can also be a nice driver of your daily execution, right?
I think taking the time to think about that, but also like I feel like there's so many distractions out there that one, you don't think about the things that you want. And then
Yeah.
two, there's so many distractions out there where you don't realize how much you hate the situation you're in because you're constantly stimulated by like YouTube or Netflix or like TikTok or whatever. Like you're not thinking about like what's actually
Mm.
going around you. You're just like constantly consuming stuff mindlessly. Right. It's like just take some time to like actually evaluate where you're at. Look at yourself in the mirror and be like, is this the person I want to be? And most people don't do that. They're just kind of going through the day-to-day motions. And it's like once you can kind of do that, figure out where you're at, probably hate where you're at, figure out where you want to be, probably want to be where you're at, and then just bridge the gap in between. The most like it's just identifying the gaps and then working towards bridging.
You know, a lot, you know how you said that, Ronit? I feel like a lot of people, they don't change because of that. Like a lot of people, they're not excited. Because every time I talk to someone, right, everyone has big goals, but they're
Yeah.
not actually excited for that. And they don't really make that change. The people that I
Mm.
actually see making the changes, like the people that are doing it through like hate or negativity and they don't
Mm.
like where they are, right? Because, bro, you could talk to anyone. What is your dream? Oh, I want to be a singer. I want to be a rapper, NFL player, this and that. But they don't really do anything about it. But the people I know that hate their situation, those are the people that like make the most out of it. Like Elon Musk. But a lot of these top level athletes, don't they come from like some of the poorest areas in the world?
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
I
I'd
don't
be
I don't think the positive route, I think out of 100 people, I think maybe only 10 people, bro. That's how I feel. Every story I hear, it's like negative, right? Hermosi,
mm,
Patrick Bet David, even Elon Musk, didn't he hate like
yeah.
his situation or whatever? So I don't know.
You think obviously it's probably a part of it's probably a combination, right? They have like this crazy vision, but they also hate where they are. But like most people don't have like Elon Musk, bro. I was reading his book. I haven't finished it still. But like in like fucking 1990, 1980 something, he was thinking about Mars. He's
Yeah,
like, you know, so like he had this crazy absurd vision in his mind back then, which
yeah,
just like kickstart so many of the behaviors, right? People, so that could be a combination, yes. Like the hate part combined with having some sort of positive long-term vision. I think that's probably like the secret sauce, right? Having two in one. And don't get me wrong, like some people like they don't have a crazy because they're happy where they are, maybe, right? They just like being where they are at. And then that's what you said. They like 4 days a week they like it, 2 days they don't like it. So it's not really that significant of like a hate, so they don't really need to change anything, right? So depending on where the individual is at, that's gonna also matter, right?
yeah.
Okay.
Like bro, like think about it from your situation, right? Or my situation.
Yeah,
I'm sure we've gotten less productive the more successful things have gotten. Would you say that or no?
I wouldn't say that.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I would say that for a little bit of my situation. I would say that.
What do you define as productivity though, right? Like what
Like just
is it
working, just working.
yeah.
Like
It,
okay, like for example, at Good Life, right? Good
yeah,
Life, perfect example, bro. New trainers start out,
yeah,
everyone's struggling, bro. Everyone's struggling. Their drive is through the roof, right?
yeah.
They're struggling for the first 6 months. Then they make it. They get a bunch of people. They get their job sorted. Instantly, comfortability sets. And bro,
Mm,
they're never the same person. Bro, there's literally people I hired that are so driven. 6 months later, it's like a complete change of who that person was. It's because they were very driven because they hated their situation. Then they got to like some success and they got comfortable. So they didn't have that hate. They still had their big goals and big visions, but they didn't have that hate for their situation.
interesting.
Think about it this way: like, how many people have you trained that lose like 20 pounds?
Yeah,
They see wins and then they get complacent and they get
for sure.
comfortable
For sure.
and they'll gain it back. Like so many people just keep doing this year after year after year, right?
Yeah.
But it's only when they have that hate that's when they make that change.
Yeah, I think initially it kickstarts, like you said, like the
Exactly.
initial motivation is like coming through some sort of, yeah, I don't like where I'm at,
Yeah.
right? But like I think the consistently doing daily things comes from that long-term vision.
Yeah.
Right. So combination of that, and then I think you can add like a third point where like having some sort of milestones and like rewards along the way will kind of have like different checkpoints along the way. That way, like you're more consistently motivated throughout, right? Like it could be anything. It could be like, yo, 20 pound, I celebrate by like going to dinner with my family. Or like when I lose 40 pounds, I go here. And then when I bench 3 plates, then I go here. So having like different checkpoints with different rewards could be a nice little system, right? And like as humans, like positive reinforcement, in my opinion at least, it works pretty nicely. So when you're reinforcing like a behavior pattern through some sort of reward system, just like actually that's a sick like dog analogy, right? The dogs like they learn the best when they do something and you treat them, and they're like, oh shit, okay, if I repeat this pattern, I'm gonna do it. But now they realize it, so they start doing the pattern before they even get the treat, right? Like the dog would he would sit down before we actually give him the treat now. So now we got to make it more complicated. But now give him the treat, he has to do some other shit, like some other harder trick or whatever, right? So he has to do like fucking sit, then down, up, and then like high five. Now he gets a treat, right? So same for us. Like every time we get a reward, now the next phase we have to do more work. Like you talk about all the time, and Roger, you add shit to your list. Whenever like you get to a point, it's like, okay, yo, now like I've been doing this for a minute. I'm gonna add a
Yeah.
couple, right? So you keep adding to it in a way, but the things you were doing before, you're still doing them, right? You're not removing that part. And I guess I don't know if you have a system of like rewarding checkpoints, milestones, things like that. But I do personally. Like I try. I just started the last couple of years. Actually, started last year, mid last year. I
I
think it
have
works pretty nicely.
I
Yeah,
have a yearly goal. I missed my
yeah,
yearly goal by like 2%.
that's part. But like even just having some sort of like yearly goal, right? And
Yeah.
like, and I'm sure you have like maybe 5, 10 years goals. Like every like I want to reach here by 10 years, 5 years, 3 years, 1 year, something like that. Some sort of idea in your head.
I don't have, yeah, like very rough ideas, but I only care about like this year. Like I genuinely don't care about next year or the years after because I don't, because so much changes in life, right? That's the thing. So
Sure.
much changes in
Yeah,
life.
yeah.
There's so many different variables. And yeah, I only focus on like this year and now.
Interesting.
Like think about it this way. Think about it this way. If someone was drinking alcohol, right?
Yeah.
If you tell them like, hey, stop drinking, 20 years from now, you're gonna have some kidney issues. They don't
Yeah.
really care about it. Only until they get those kidney issues. When it's a problem of today and tomorrow, that's when they care about it.
What if you make that like okay, in 20 years you won't be able to walk your daughter down like the Gurdwara and when she's getting married because you'll have so much kidney issues that you'll be in your deathbed.
No,
What if,
people still don't care about that.
really?
No way.
I think that
Oh,
would I think
think about it this way. Do you care about problems you're gonna have 20 years from now? No.
well, you're
Do you think
working
about
towards yeah.
do you think about joint problems or financial problems you're gonna have 20 years or marriage problems you're gonna have 20 years from now or kid
But
problems?
yo, I don't think about problem, I think about what's happening, what the good stuff is coming, right?
What I'm saying is we already have so many problems today, right?
Yeah.
I don't think people think that ahead.
But you're not thinking about problems. You're thinking about something cool that you're working towards. I'm not saying you think about like,
Yeah.
cause like you're thinking about like the alcohol problem. I'm thinking about like yo fucking sick gym with like a six, like a sauna and shit. Like I'm thinking about something cool, right?
Mhm.
And that's I think more fun to think about. And even if it doesn't happen, I think it's just cool to have like in your mind, right? Because that way you're kind of some sort of excited state. But like that's in the back of your mind. But that doesn't mean like you're just constantly like not doing anything towards it. You still have like yearly, quarterly, or whatever, maybe some metrics or goals along the way, right? But having some sort of long term,
You know what's interesting? It's interesting how you said that goal and you said
yeah,
even if it doesn't happen.
yeah,
It's interesting that you added that part.
yeah, that's
Like
true.
why
It's a
wouldn't it
limiting
happen?
thing. Yeah, that is true.
Yeah.
But like working towards it, I think that's the whole game, right? Having something sick to work towards. Like I think what's that guy? Gary V. I don't know if you guys mess with him at all. I used to watch his stuff back in like maybe last year or like 2 years ago. And he used to always be like, "Yo, I want to own the Jets."
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
the football team, right?
Yeah.
So like he had this absurd goal where he's like, "Yo, I might not get there until I'm like 95, right? But like working towards some sort of crazy goal like that, it just drives so many behaviors, right? Kags, what do you think? I know we talked a lot.
I don't know. I feel like most people, they just don't have the conviction that they can achieve whatever they want to achieve. And it's
That's
just
true.
like they just don't think it's possible.
Yeah.
And if you don't think it's possible, then like even if you're like, if I'm on a call with a new client and they're like, yo, I don't see this happening, chances are they're probably not going to sign up, and chances are they're probably not going to get to their goals because they don't even see themselves getting to where they want to be.
Mm,
Right? Like when you guys are thinking about all this stuff, like you're not thinking about going, you're not thinking about making a gym, but like you expect to be in the gym, you expect to make it,
yeah.
right? Like that's what you want to do. You're not going to think about this thing that's like, oh, maybe I'll get this. Like, no, you're imagining everything in vivid detail because that's how you want it to be. Right?
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
there's that conviction aspect of it. So if you're, it's definitely harder at the beginning of your journey. Like if you haven't lost a single pound in your fitness journey and you're like, yo, I want need to lose 50 pounds. Obviously, it's gonna be like, oh shit, how am I gonna
Yeah.
imagine this end result if I've never done it?
Yeah.
But like, you just have to look at all the other things you've done because if you made it to a certain point, you've definitely done shit to get to that point, right? Regardless if you're 16 years old or like 45 years old, you've done things. So look back at that, use that as evidence, and just develop that conviction. And if you don't develop that conviction, I don't think anything will happen for you in any part. Like, you'll just be comfortable with where you're at because you don't believe you can do certain things. And it's just a mindset issue at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Have you guys heard of the quote? He who says he's what is it called? He who says he's right, or
Walk.
he no no he who says he can and he who says he can't are both usually right.
Yeah. Both right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
are both right. So it's like the
True.
belief at the end of the day is the biggest thing.
Yeah. And you caught me, yo, when I said if it doesn't happen. So
Yeah, yeah.
that's a good catch. Yeah. 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 But okay, interesting. Okay, so now we've talked. We obviously this topic is so like it's kind of fluffy-ish because there's no like concrete answer, right? Because everyone's gonna get driven by different things. Like some people have like a whole like cliche thing of like midlife crisis, or like when someone goes through like a health issue, that's when they're like at the position where they hate themselves, so they start making a change finally. Luckily for us, we started doing things earlier on. But like some people start later, some start earlier, whatever it is. Say like person is there, they're at a spot now where they hate where they want to be, so they start doing stuff about it finally, right? They're at that point now. And now at that point, they have like a direction they want to go in. They set like a 1 year goal of like 50 pounds or whatever it is. Like I want to lose that because I hate where I'm at. And then they set milestones maybe along the way and maybe a couple rewards here and there if they need to, right? So they set that. What are some things besides just doing something can also aid in like them staying consistently motivated? Or consistently like doing the daily work. Like, some people fall off, that kind of stuff. Yes, self accountability, like we talk about all the time. But is there any other like external factors that could possibly help the individual? You guys think?
Surround yourself with people that have done the thing that you want to do. I think that's the biggest thing.
Sick.
And whether that's in person, whether that's someone you follow on YouTube, whether that's someone you follow on Instagram, like
Yeah.
the more you can program that stuff into your head, whether that's through the content you're listening to, like it's gonna go a long way in one, not only explaining how to do the thing, but also reminding you it's possible to do the thing. Because either that person has been there and done that. And dude, there's no goal that you're thinking about in your head right now that hasn't been accomplished by someone that's in a worse situation than you're on.
Yeah.
Right. And that's just the way I look at it. It's like if someone else can do it, I can definitely fucking do it. And like just surrounding yourself with that sort of energy or with those types of people is one gonna go a long way. Two, investing in yourself. I think whether that's a mentor or a coach or whoever, it's like put the money down and go learn from someone and actually work with them to help you get there. Or three is just like find people in your area that are doing the same thing and become friends with them. Like change the people who you're hanging out with, right? We talk about this all the time. Every single podcast, I think this gets brought up. It's like you are the average of the five people you're with. Well, if you're looking around at the five people you're with and you're like, fuck, these guys kind of live the same lives as me and I kind of hate my life. It's up to you at the end of the day to go out and change that, right?
Yeah. That's big. I know for me, I started doing podcasts and like reading books, or like listen to podcasts and reading books when I left accounting, because I didn't have anybody else that was like, I was like, oh, I'll look up to this person or whatever. And then I started obviously working at Charon and Mike's gym. But yeah, the podcasts and books were like the biggest there still are drivers because like in my family, whatever, is I know I have a couple of guys, one in US now, cousin, he's ripping it like in the tech industry, but we've never really had like people in the family who like, oh shit, that guy's like, I want to be like that, you know? So having books and podcasts were my environment change initially. And now obviously more and more people we meet, it helps. Yeah, it's a big one, yeah. What's
Yeah,
another yeah, what are you gonna say?
I was gonna say podcasts are a big thing for me. I think I like pretty much always have a podcast all the time when I drive.
Yeah,
Or, like when I'm just chilling, like there's some sort of voice, and just like typically people like I want to be in the position of because
yeah,
that's why I'm listening to it, right?
yeah. Okay, so that's practical advice. Someone just some situation, yo, just start putting some good stuff in your mind. If you're on your phone, stop consuming random shit on Instagram, TikTok. Try to find like pages you actually like, or like just limit your time on the phone. That's probably gonna be one of your biggest things you can possibly do, to actually start doing work. Because constantly procrastinating and distracting yourself by looking stuff on the phone, right? Which is again the instant gratification type of thing. So okay, um, and what's another practical thing, Manraj?
Honestly, bro, I don't know, man. This
Okay, okay.
topic is it's very
Mm,
confusing to me.
yeah,
So I've never done anything based on like
that's pretty sick, man.
motivation. Like I've
Yeah,
always just made a decision. I've just done what I've wanted to do, right?
that's
And
pretty
always
good.
just
Yeah.
like followed through with it. So when people say this, it's very hard for me to understand their thought process, right?
Mm,
So that's why when someone says something to me like, "Hey, I want to achieve XYZ,"
yeah,
I hold them to an extremely high standard. And when I don't see them do that, it confuses me a lot. Because it's like, if you're going to say something and you tell me your situation is bad, like, how can you not take action about it? Like, bro, I've spoken over the last 7 years, I've spoken to thousands of people with severe health issues, right?
yeah,
And they're telling me they got to lose weight, they got to do this, they got to do that. And, I never see them back at the gym. And I just don't
yeah,
get it. So it's
yeah,
like, it's hard for me to comprehend this topic. And it's hard for
yeah.
me to give advice because I don't
That
really know.
makes sense.
I've
Yeah,
never I've never done anything and became extremely motivated and achieved something. It's always just been like there's no way around it. If you want to be a doctor, you have to go to med school. Does not matter. Like there's only this, right? You have to do it. There's no other situation or outcome. So I don't know, it's very hard for me to explain when
yeah,
people are kind
makes
of like
sense.
I don't feel motivated. So it's like if you don't feel motivated, like what can I really tell you, right? What can you really watch? If you don't understand that your life is in your control, everything's your fault, all the successes are your fault, then what can I really do, right? Like nobody's really gonna come and save your situation. No one's gonna come do the workouts for you, right? So, or just anything. So I don't know. I don't really know what practical advice to give people. It's very intriguing for me. It's very intriguing for me to hear people's
Yeah,
thought process. I don't
mm,
understand it.
yeah.
I still don't understand it. And I've been like talking to people about fitness for like 7, 8 years. But
But there's clearly a gap here. Yeah, go, Kags. You were gonna say something.
I think one of the biggest things when it kind of clicked for me was that everything leading up to that point, I don't know if it was what I was consuming or the people I was talking to. Like, I always blamed my environment or the things around me a lot. Where I was like, oh, like, I'm not getting good grades because of this teacher, or like the political climate, the world is against me. Like, it's like racism in school or this, or it's like, this person has this going for them. That's why I'm not doing this. And I felt like a lot of the focus that I had was external on why the things weren't happening for me. It's like, oh, my mom's making all this. I can't get jacked because my mom's making all this food and stuff. And I'm like, I'm not getting jacked for that reason, right?
Yeah,
Um, and it was like just blaming all these outside sources, and then like that's when it kind of clicked where it's like you're looking in the mirror, it's like this is your fault because you did this to yourself, and actually understanding that the things that you do affect the outcomes that you want,
yeah,
right? And I think that's the biggest thing where like most people don't realize that just because all the information out there, it's like the news is putting out, oh, like focus on this enemy or like this
don't say
person or
nothing
this
crazy, bro.
bad thing, whatever is out there, right? It's just like you constantly want to be blaming other things or blaming politics or blaming the weather or blaming whatever. But at the end of the day, if you want to make change, it's gonna have to happen from within. And that's what
mm,
until the person realizes it, you can't really do anything about it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if you're listening to this, wake up.
Yeah, I think what Kags is saying, or what I was saying, is like 100% of self accountability,
Yeah.
right? Because bro, like I don't know, man. I think at a young age, I just learned like everyone's, as much as people want to say, or whatever the media, that
Yeah.
people have advantages. Everyone's equal, bro.
Yeah.
Have you ever met someone that's in really good shape, or like they're very successful? Like, bro, they're just a normal person. They just did the action
Yeah.
and they just stayed focused, right? So it's like once you start to see that, you start to see like, these celebrities or this or that, they're not really anything special. They're just the same old person. At the end
Yeah.
of the day, they just
Yeah.
made a decision and they just decided to take action over 10, 15, 25 years consistently.
Yeah.
So it's like once you start to realize that, you start to realize like, yo, everything is genuinely in my control. If I do make a decision and I stick with that decision throughout the weeks, months, years, like I'll get to where I want to be, right? So it's really weird to me that once you understand that, you know that you make a decision, all you have to do is the work and the success is guaranteed. So it's weird to me that people can't see the success if they do the work, but they avoid the work, if that makes sense.
Flip that.
Does that make sense or no?
People comment below if that makes sense or not.
No, I think it's like what I'm trying to say is, God damn, I gotta be on the dictionary app more. Can't structure my sentences. What I'm trying to say is like everyone knows at the end of the day, if you go to the gym, right? You eat in a calorie deficit and you
Yeah,
stay consistent, you'll get the outcome that you want.
for sure.
So it's very odd to me that people don't do that every single day when the result is guaranteed. Like the result is guaranteed if you do the work.
Yeah.
So it's very odd that people decide one day not to do it and another day to do it. It's like, bro, if you do these three things, you'll get to your goal. Like all these successful people, they all have very similar character traits, right? They're very competitive, right? They're focused, they're very sharp, right? They don't do anything based on their feelings. They just do the daily actions day after day and they take feedback.
Yeah.
So I don't know, it kind of blows my mind.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
This is where the missing thing is, right? The doing part. Like you literally said, like the equation is pretty simple, right? You like decide to do something for this outcome, and then you whatever the daily action is supposed to be, you just do them, and the outcome is pretty much guaranteed if you do it. Like it's
Bro, it
like
literally is
it's
guaranteed.
everyone has done it. Like a lot of the people, like you said, they literally did it in front of you. Like
Uh,
we've kind of done it. Like we kind of show it every day. It's like, yeah, we're doing this, this, this for this,
yeah.
right? You just do it. But it's that doing part. That's the part where people, I don't want to say struggle with, but that's the part you're saying is confusing, right? I
Well,
don't get why people not do it. Yeah.
exactly. So I don't understand that.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
today I was scrolling and I saw some guy's video.
Yeah.
He ate Chipotle for 808 days in a row.
Crazy.
And bro, he has a massive social media.
Yeah.
But he just kept consistently posting. He didn't do anything special. He just eats Chipotle every single day.
That's it.
So it's very weird that people don't do that
Yeah.
when the result is guaranteed. Like if someone was to play basketball,
Yeah.
how do you get a better shot? You just have to keep shooting. And
Yeah.
eventually you are going to get better.
Yeah.
So it's weird to me that somebody will sit there and think, how do I improve my shot? But I don't want to take the shots.
Yeah. It's true.
That's why I don't get it. That's why I just simply don't
I
get that state of mind.
I know for me, like I've been in the previous situation where like I didn't do shit. Like I still did stuff. Like, I showed up to work, I got my stuff done, and like technically I didn't have like the right environment, whatever, but I was still doing the stuff of tracking calories and like going to the gym, stairmaster, cardio, whatever. It was just daily action items, right? But I wasn't like excited to do it on a daily basis. And again, we don't have to be excited. That's not the point here. But I know I went through a phase too where I was eating kurkure, Maggie, methi parathe, and like we didn't have the best diet, right? Like ice cap every other day kind of thing. Play games and stuff, and like it's a weird thing. So I think, like you mentioned in the earlier in the podcast, maturity. eh,
Yeah.
When before it's like you didn't have any like I don't know. Now I think different things drives everyone, right? So for me, like obviously fitness, business, money stuff, relationships, family, like that's like a big driver of stuff. And I just see it happening. So I think people can't visualize the thing happening. That's usually one of the biggest things, right? So that's where, like, again, we might be overcomplicating it by like making even this fucking podcast, because it's not that complicated. It's like you do this, whatever. But I know for me, what personally helped is having some sort of excitement attached to it, right? So having some sort of like excited thing that you see in your head happen, and you know for a fact it's gonna happen, but getting yourself excited for it happening makes it easier to do the daily stuff. At least it does for me. So if someone's struggling to do something, it's like try to get excited for whatever's kind of coming, even though like you may not have to. Like again, that's like feeling. You're relying on your feeling a little bit. But people are already relying on your feelings. Try to switch that feeling towards something else, because we can't be like, Manraj, where just fucking he just does the shit. So I don't know. I'm a feeling based individual, even though like we try to detach stuff, right? So I like having some sort of feelings. But that's how it helps me. So like I literally have it in my head like this, right? It's like, okay, you have this vision, right? And now you 100% just believe it's gonna happen even before it happens. And then you have some sort of milestones along the way that kind of validates it. Oh, yo, something's happening. Fuck is sick, wicked. And then you surround yourself with people kind of doing the same thing. And then you make a little task list, whatever it is, and you just do it every single day. And then you're kind of happier that way. So that's what helps me.
Interesting question, yo. If you didn't have the environment
Yeah.
or you didn't have these positive thoughts, would you still do what you're supposed to do every single day?
Fuck that, bro. I fucking play 2K all day and drink ice caps.
Really?
Yeah. Bro, that's how I am, bro.
That's crazy.
Bro, right now, like if I didn't have today, like yesterday at night, I forgot to make a list for today. So I woke up in the morning, right? And even though like I know in my head I'm supposed to do it, but I didn't write it down, I was like, yo, fuck, should I just like turn my 2K on right now? Like in the morning, I was like tempted to do it. Before the fucking gym, bro. I was like, what the fuck, yo, chill. And that's why I wrote some shit down and got it done. But like my brain just fucking lazy, bro. It doesn't want to do anything. It's wild. So I'm like that, but like again, that's something that like maybe like a flaw for long-term success, but I'm working on it, where I'm trying to get detached from the outcome constantly. But I think at the same time, it still drives a lot of behaviors.
But what I'm saying is like, so you had that feeling today, right?
Yeah,
Why, why, why didn't you want to do the work? Even though you yourself, it's been
yeah,
years, you know the
yeah,
work is gonna get you the outcome you want.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm trying to understand.
Yo, that's the thing, right? Sometimes like in your brain, you're just like, yeah, I just want to fucking like chill out. Like
But
that's
but
bro.
here's
This is
but here's the thing, like on
yeah,
this podcast, right? You said you
yeah.
wanted this gym, you wanted this and that. You know,
Mhm.
like what you do today
I know,
is gonna get you that.
I know,
So what in your brain is leading you to be like, no,
bro.
let me
That's
do this?
fucking that's neural. I don't fucking know. That's the brain fucking with you.
Because even
Yeah,
for me, right?
yeah,
I'll play video games. Like I'll play Friday, Saturday, sometimes, right?
yeah.
But even when I'm playing, I'm still doing work on the side.
Yeah.
Because I know, like, yo, all that work is gonna eventually add up.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
it's interesting that you knew that,
Yeah,
but
bro.
you still decided
Yeah.
to potentially not do it.
Bro, this is why it's just a weird like again, that's why everyone's different. Like for example, like you know how you work all day and you kind of like it. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but you like what you do on a daily basis, right? Like I don't even know if I don't even liking is a feeling, but like you kind of like it, right? You
Yeah.
like it makes you
But
like
I only like it because I know success is guaranteed at the end.
for sure, 100%. But like I like it in the sense like I like doing the stuff and I still like whatever work most of the day, but then like I still like having time where I don't work. I look forward to that's my milestone for the day, right? Like okay, I've gotten to this point where I did my thing and then that work I know that I'm doing will compound over time and it has compounded as I've seen, right? So like I kind of take that approach instead of just like working all the time because like I'm trying to make my lifestyle already the way I kind of want it to be in the future. Obviously, it's more filled out during the day, but in the future, it's like, yo, like you can have this time that you work. 'Cause I still want to work pretty much forever. Like I don't really want to stop working. That's not the goal here, right? So I'm just trying to make my lifestyle into a way where like, okay, 7:30 or 8 p.m. hits. So yo, fuck it. I'm gonna stop my work, right? Or 6 a.m. starts, so you work. You still work a good amount. It's not like you negate the work, but then I like times where you don't work because I feel like that helps me with work, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yo, it makes sense. I just,
Okay,
it 100% makes sense. I just
okay.
can't comprehend it.
That's what I mean. You're unique,
Yeah,
bro. That's what I mean. We can't all be
like
on.
I don't understand
Yeah,
like that thought process. Like I'll talk to people. I'm like, yo,
yeah,
how important are your goals? Bro, 13 out of 10. Not
yeah,
even 20 out of 10.
Yeah.
And I'll be like, okay, so like, how long have you been trying for? I've been trying for 4 years.
Yeah.
Your goals have been that important for 4 years and you're not seeing progress. Is it really that important? Because we have all the information.
For sure.
We
Yeah.
genuinely do have all the information.
Yeah. But
So,
yeah, continue.
but no, I know what you're gonna say. Like it depends on the person, right?
Yeah.
But even if they do that work like 4 days out of 7, you should see some progress, bro. So it's interesting to me that
100%.
people ignore it every single day.
100%. That part is that's what we're here trying to help somehow. But
But
it's
I don't think I genuinely like deep down, I don't think we can help. I think the person at the end of the day just makes a decision and they just have to go through with it.
but yo, we could be the environment that kickstarts things, right? So I think it from that perspective, right? The people listening to it, they might be like, oh shit, yo, like I thought it was way more complicated. I was looking for like this crazy answer for these guys to drop some motivation on me. And they're like, oh damn, if I just do the daily stuff that I already know I'm supposed to do, it gets me the result. It's not that complicated. Sick. Someone needs to probably hear that. Because everyone's
Yeah.
overthinking it, right? Like fucking guy writing, like sometimes I do this and I'm like, what the fuck? Just scratch everything. Like you start doing the stuff that I'm supposed to be doing, right? Where you like take a notebook out and you write all these things on it and you like plan everything out. When like like the action steps you need to do. And obviously you gotta reflect on a weekly, monthly basis to make sure you're heading wherever you want to head. But like it's just the daily stuff, right? But yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I like
basically.
that part where you said, Minraj, you're like, you know exactly what you need to do, but those thoughts still came to your brain. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
shit,
that's
like that
fucked.
happened. That happens a lot.
Like that's
That
fucked,
happens to
bro.
me too. It's just like,
Yeah,
oh shit,
bro.
like no, 100%. It's like, yeah,
Yeah,
I need to lose this weight or get cut or whatever, but like, I still think about the fucking food I want to eat, or I see this food on like his Instagram shit. It's like the sick restaurant. I'm like, damn, I'd love to be there and eat that right now. But it's just like
yeah,
you have to
Bro,
fight through that, right?
so you had that thought process. Rona had that thought process, right? Like yesterday I came from the gym at like 11:30, right? And I was fucking tired. I'm like, bro, let me play some Overwatch, whatever. But then
yeah,
I sat there for like 2 minutes and I'm like, yo, like I know the work I have to do. This will
yeah,
guarantee success. I will see an outcome. And bro, I
yeah.
stayed and it worked for an extra 3 hours.
What do you think of this?
So,
Bro, I love that mentality. That's fucking. I wish I had that sometimes. 100%. That's actually really good.
but no,
Uh,
here,
yeah.
but I'm gonna go back to that limiting belief. Like
Okay.
you said, you wish you have that, right?
No, actually, I don't wish I have that. I'll take it back. But continue. Continue what
No,
you're
no.
gonna say.
But I'm
Yeah.
saying I like you can build that though.
But yo, like, so you don't feel
Like
successful right now.
who me?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm like the most successful, bro. Bro, I live
Okay.
an amazing life, bro.
Okay.
I live in. I always tell everyone, bro. I live life on very, very, very easy mode, bro.
Okay.
I think all of us do.
Yeah, I think so
In
too.
my opinion, I think
I know,
it's
but you know how
Friday.
you. Yeah.
Friday, bro. There's someone out there
Yeah.
breaking their back doing construction, bro, in
100%.
California, Texas, sweating
Yeah.
like crazy. And we're just here like, oh, motivation, guys, feel better, change your environment, right?
Yeah.
Like we live a pretty good life. In my opinion, I feel like I'm
For sure.
live a
But you
very,
know,
very good life.
you know how you said like after you got home you were tired, but you're like, if I do these 3 hours of more work, success is guaranteed. But you're already successful,
Yeah.
right? So like you're chasing this other level of success, obviously, right? Which is gonna bring what? Like, is it gonna change something for you?
You know what I think it is?
Yeah,
I've had this
yeah,
conversation with
yeah,
my cousin, Bobby, right?
yeah,
I think a lot of this is stemmed, I wouldn't say a lot of it. I would say majority of this is stemmed from like having immigrant parents.
for sure.
So I'm chasing that feeling of them like being like, yo, I'm proud of you, but
Sick.
that will never come.
Yeah,
Because I know that won't come because
yeah,
which brown parent's gonna be like, I'm proud of you, right? Like they don't just a lot of them don't have
for
that
sure.
communication with their kids. So I know
100%.
this deep down,
Yeah,
but I'm just using this to continuously push myself. And at the end of the day, bro, I think about it from my perspective, right? If I
yeah,
have a kid, no, when I do have kids, bro, I'm gonna tell them like, bro, you have to be the best you can, right? I went
for
through all
sure.
this struggle. Bro, I
Yeah,
put you in private school. I paid for this and that. And bro, you're just a normal person, like
yeah,
potentially doing drugs, this and that. Like, bro,
yeah.
I don't know. That's just my feeling. That's
No,
my
it's cool, man.
thoughts. So I
It,
think with that, you
yeah.
have like unlimited motivation. I think a lot of it stemmed through pride,
There you go.
being kind of prideful. And
There you go.
at the end of the day, bro, like if you do the work, the result is literally guaranteed. I think that's been so solidified in my life through
For
sports.
sure. Sick. There
It's
you
like I
go.
was shit at sports,
Yeah.
And I trained, I got better. I'm like, oh wow.
Wow.
Wait, so I put in 100%, I got it back 100. What if I put in 200%? You put in 200%, you get 200 back. I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
crazy formula, bro. Let me use this for my entire life.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's when like we kind of don't agree. When you're always like more work is not better, and I don't know.
You
I
know,
find
like
that kind of hard to believe.
this is cool that you literally mentioned that. First of all, I'm happy that you have feelings. That's fucking amazing. And the second one, bro, you're driven by like pride. Second thing is you just say you're driven by like you want to make your parents proud, right? That's the vision that's driving your behaviors on a daily basis.
I think,
That's
yeah,
so but
I,
that's so significant, right? That's fucking crazy. So that's what's driving you to do so much things, right? And then obviously sports and things like that, it just makes sense like equation for you. So yeah, you do this to get this, right? Um, in the way I'm kind of in my head, that's I guess I'll clarify it. In my head, there's different things that classify success, right? So me being able to work during the day and then like whatever till 6, 7, and then having that time to just like chill is success in my head, right? So this is where defining what kind of that looks like and feels for you is totally cool, man. You know what I'm saying? So like in my head, that's what it looks like, and that's why I feel like, oh, I feel blessed. I did all this shit, and like now I can do this, and I feel blessed, right? So I think that's what on an individual basis it helps. And then yeah, I think that answers some of the question, but
yeah,
you know what I mean though, right? It doesn't
yeah,
have to be it doesn't have to be like everyone doesn't have to be the same. Because like if you think about a fitness goal,
sure.
they can do like those cardio, steps, food, actually not food, but steps, cardio, workout, everything in like the first 2 hours of the day. And then they just have to eat properly the rest of the day, and they'd have checked all the boxes. They could do nothing. They could play games all day,
Yeah,
right? But they work towards that goal still. So they
yeah,
don't have to like the work doesn't define like okay if you will achieve the goal or not per se.
yeah. No, I get that. I
Okay.
100% agree with that.
Okay.
I
Okay.
think from my perspective as well,
Yeah,
like competitiveness is so big.
that's
Like I'm
cool.
such a like competitive person. Like I
Yeah,
want to smoke everyone, bro.
that's
I want
awesome.
anything I do, I want to be better than everyone in, right? So that's what.
I just
So
I was
I
just
think,
smoking a joint, bro.
yeah. So I know Kegs didn't even see that. Kegs is
I
zoned out.
can see it.
So I think that's when, like, even when I do my daily successful stuff,
Yeah,
I start to think like, oh fuck, there's someone out there doing X, Y, Z while
I
I'm not.
got you. That's
So
fire.
fuck this guy. Let me do
Yeah,
more.
I got you.
So I care more so about like I do for sure. I do care about what other people are doing.
Yeah,
So I use that as kind of like more not motivation. I use that as kind of fuel.
that's
Whereas
cool.
you're worried about like your lane and being as
Yeah,
best as you can.
that's it.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
it.
trying to be like the best in the world in everything I do.
Yeah,
Like
that's
literally
wicked.
everything.
That's fucking sick.
Yeah. Do you have older brothers, Minaj?
Yeah. But my older brother, bro, polar opposite. We're extremely yin and yang, extreme yin and yang.
Damn.
Like my older brother should be Ronit's older brother.
Mm.
Like we're very yin and yang, me and my brother, extreme amounts.
That
It's
makes sense.
it's fucked how it's crazy how we've had the same exact upbringing
Yeah,
with sports, school, environment, everything, and we're polar opposites.
that's crazy.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I always compare it to the analogy like there's two sons that have an alcoholic dad.
Yeah,
Ask both sons like why do you drink? Why don't you drink? One
yeah,
guy's like I drink because my dad was an alcoholic. The other one's like I don't drink because my dad was an alcoholic.
yeah,
So it's interesting. It's very, very interesting. But
yeah.
why do you ask about the older sibling thing, Kegs?
No, typically there's a little bit more competitiveness when there's an older male sibling
No.
involved.
My brother, yeah, my brother's not really, I don't think he's too big, like a competitive of a person. And we've
But
never
I think
competed in anything.
just having that there, it's just like, oh shit, like that's older boy. So like you want to talk
Yeah.
about
Oh, yeah, even my brother, I want to smoke him and everything.
That's fire. That's
I
good.
think that's where that starts from.
Yeah,
You think so?
So I have a bunch of cousins. Like I see like the younger older brother dynamic. Kind of see it there a little bit. Older ones a little bit more complacent. Younger ones that are shit. Like yo, if you look at any NBA family, there's an older brother and a younger brother. The younger ones, like typically, they're much better because they know they have to chase after like the older brother, right? I was listening to some NBA player podcast. Oh, Devin Booker. He was talking about his older brother is playing. He's like, I'm always playing to be to play with my older brother and his friends, and his older brother's
Mhm.
like 3.5 years older than me. He's like,
Yeah.
I don't care about playing with people my age. He's like, I want to be better because I want to keep up with him so I can smoke him. I'm like, that's what made him better in the long run
Yeah.
because he's like 10 years old playing against like 14-year-olds. He's
Yeah.
like, that's what he grew up with. It's like he doesn't really care about people his age. He's just trying to like, that's what pushed him to him. So that's why I
Yeah.
like to
Yeah. But me and my brother, we do like even everything in life, we don't do anything that's similar. Like other than hockey, like yeah, sure we played, but I was always better than him. Like as soon as we started.
But you played sports. That's probably what drives the competitiveness, like you said.
probably.
Right.
Yeah, I think so. And I have a lot of older cousins. Like everyone in my family is older than me as well.
Okay.
So I'm always like, yo, I'm trying to beat these guys too.
Yeah. That's sick, yo. That obviously works. And it doesn't like it like you're a fuel of even though yeah, whatever negativity or competitiveness, it doesn't come out in a way where like the actions are like hurting other people. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause like
Sports it
some,
does.
huh?
In video games, it does, bro. In sports
Okay.
and video games,
Yeah,
this mics on, go crazy.
you're crazy. Yeah, but yeah, you don't
You
want
should
to, you
give
don't
my
want
Modern Warfare 2
to.
lobbies, bro.
Yeah,
Cool.
but that's okay. That's virtual, bro. It's okay. You can do cyberbullying. That's fine. But like
Even
in
in person.
oh shit. Okay, never mind.
No,
I'll
I'm just
take it
joking.
back.
I'm just joking.
Okay, I know you're joking, bro. But yeah, that's what I mean. So it's good. It drives like positive actions, which is good. Because you don't take negative actions. You're like, yo, I'm gonna fucking just murder that guy, so I beat him. He's gonna be like, yo, you're gonna. Okay, yo, let's not mess this podcast up. It was pretty good. Okay, so someone's trying to stay long term. Summary. What's the summary? Having long term vision, right? Something that drives you, right? Actually, let's preface everything with you stop overthinking this topic, right? It's pretty simple, right? But if you want to get kick started, have something that excites you long term, or something that like you just hate being at a certain spot. Whatever gets you going. Everyone has different things, obviously. And then like just know it's gonna work 100%. Just decide it's gonna work, and you will make it work. And then yeah, just choose daily tasks, and then have some milestones along the way if that's kind of what gets you going, gets me going, like some sort of reward system. And then yeah,
Oh,
try
and
to
then also
change
the
your environment.
the result is guaranteed after decades,
Yeah, for sure.
weeks and months. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
another thing that I want to preface. Because a
yeah,
lot of people are like, "Oh, I did the work. I did the work. I didn't see nothing happen in 2 weeks." It's like, bro, it's
yeah,
over decades. It's guaranteed, not after a month or 2 months.
yeah. Agreed. So having like this long-term crazy goal, that's what's gonna help you
Yeah.
do that shit, right? So, and yeah, okay, and change your environment, and then have a daily list, execute the list, and keep watching this beautiful podcast. Right? Sick. All right, guys. Hopefully we motivated you guys. Hashtag David Goggins. Stay
I know.
hard.
Hopefully that
Stay
motivation
hard.
lasts forever.
Yeah, stay hard,
It's gonna be
guys.
done like one day after
Have
practice.
you guys checked out his? Never mind. I'm not gonna say it. Stop. Okay, take it easy, guys. Bye.